good morning once again. Good morning once again. Please find your seats if you haven't already. We're going to begin momentarily. Thank you. All right, good morning. I think we can do better than that. Good morning. Hello, welcome, and happy St. Patrick's Day. My name is Nick Morgado, Division Chief of Training, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for today. On behalf of Miami-Dade County and Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, I would like to welcome you to today's graduation for Recruit Class 151, the County Pirates. Before we begin, I have a few housekeeping items. Please take a moment and silence all electronic devices. For your convenience, restrooms are located in the main training building to your right. Today's ceremony is being broadcast live on Facebook. If you are interested in seeing pictures and video of today's event, please follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Miami-Dade Fire Rescue or on Twitter at Miami-Dade Fire. Please use the hashtag MDFR Class 151 if you are posting or sharing any videos or pictures of today's event on social media. As a reminder, official photos will be taken during the bag pinning portion of the ceremony and will be available later today on Facebook. There will be digital opportunities for photos once the ceremony has concluded. Now, I ask that you please rise to welcome MDFR Class 151, the County Pirates. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors by Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Honor Guard and the National Anthem, performed by Ms. Isabella Marie Banos, wife of recruit Jason Banos. Thank you, Ms. Bottoms, for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem. Another round of applause. Please be seated. Please welcome for this morning's invocation, Fire Chaplain, Lieutenant Alex Finchett.
Good morning and welcome. My name is Alex Finchett. I'm a Lieutenant Chaplain for Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. It is my great privilege and honor to be with you today. Class 151. This has been a long road for all of you with many individual and collective challenges. Even though this road has been long, it is just a small season for the future of your career and your lives. Class 151, just recently you had a final run, and part of the run you stood in front of Miami-Dade Fire Rescue headquarters. I ask you and all of us to consider the following. A firefighter is holding a child. It's a statue in front of Miami-Dade Fire Rescue headquarters. The firefighter represents all of us, and the child represents the community, and especially those who are most vulnerable. If you look at the firefighter's feet, it is as if the firefighter is stepping on solid ground. A solid ground that is propelling the firefighter and the child forward to safety. That base, that solid ground at the firefighter's feet is a firefighter prayer. No matter where you're at as it relates to matters of faith, may your core of faith, family, and friends be the solid ground on which you stand. The aspects of firefighter prayer states the following, and let us pray for the class of 151 and for all firefighters as well. When I'm called to duty, God, wherever flames may rage, give me the strength to save some life, whatever be its age. Help me to embrace a little child before it's too late, or save an older person from the horror of that fate. I want to feel my calling and to give the best in me, to guard my every neighbor and protect their property. Guide my hands, my mind, and every aspect of me as I strive to live the firefighter oath as long as I can see. The oath states to serve above comfort and convenience. This will be hard and it will not be seamless. In my strength, this will be daunting. Thus let me rely on the strength of others and you for that supporting. As we enjoy this event and our family, may we have a sense of peace and tranquility. It is in your name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Lieutenant Finchett, for guiding us in prayer today. Before we continue, I would like to take a moment and recognize some very special and distinguished guests that we have joining us here today. Commissioner of District 11, we have Roberto Gonzalez. We have Chief of Public Safety and Miami-Dade Police Department Director, Fred Ramirez. We have our Fire Chief, Ray Gigallo. Deputy Chief of Administrative Services, Arthur Holmes Jr. Deputy Chief of Operations, Danny Cardezo. Deputy Chief of Resources and Assets, Robin Duran. Chief of Staff, Ms. Erica Benitez. Representing Metro-Dade Firefighters Local 1403, President Billy McAllister. Representing Metro-Dade Retired Firefighters, Retired Lieutenant Sparky Thompson. From the Office of Commissioner Kevin Cabrera of District 6, we have Ms. Sonia Castro. Members of Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Senior, Executive, and Director staff. As well as a multitude of agencies and departments that are recognized or represented. Please hold your applause to the end. Coral Gables Fire Rescue. Hialeah Fire Rescue. City of Miami Fire Rescue. Miami Beach Fire Rescue. Delray Beach Fire Rescue. Plantation Fire Rescue. Lauderhill Fire Rescue, Miramar Fire Rescue, Palm Beach Fire Rescue, Oakland Park Fire Rescue, Highlands County Fire Rescue, Riviera Beach Fire Rescue, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, Broward Sheriff's Office and Police, Miami-Dade Police Department, Miccosukee Police Department, U.S. Army, and the United States Marine Corps. Round of applause. And of course, family, friends, and those joining us virtually. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Mayor of Miami-Dade County, Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, with a very special video message.
On behalf of Miami-Dade County's nearly 3 million residents, it is my great pleasure to congratulate the latest Miami-Dade Fire Rescue recruit class for completing this journey. Over the last several weeks, you've been tested, trained, and pushed to challenge your limits beyond what you previously thought possible. You've also learned much about the importance of trust in one another and trust in your community. And the very fact that you're here today means that you have not only earned the trust of your colleagues and veterans of Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, but also the trust of millions of Miami-Dade County residents who will look to you for help when the unthinkable happens. It may be a burning building, a hurricane, a flood, or even a pandemic. When our community is in greatest need, you are the people going where nobody else can, doing what nobody else could. That is a great responsibility and a great honor. Today marks the end of one chapter in your life and the beginning of a new one. Thanks to your decision to choose a life of service, you will make a difference in people's lives every day and make this community safer for all who call it home. It's a great honor to serve this community alongside brave men and women like each of you. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. It is now my pleasure to introduce Commissioner of District 11, Roberto Gonzalez, for a few remarks.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Roberto J. Gonzalez. I'm the Commissioner for District 11. One of the greatest honors of my life is to be able to congratulate the great men and women like these folks right here, Recruit Class 151, who've gone through so much. A lot of early mornings, a lot of long trainings, a lot of sacrifice, not only on their part, but on their family's part, so that they continue to give more of their lives for the better good. You know, in the Bible, there's a story where Jesus knows he's about to be crucified. It's the night before he's about to be crucified. And he goes and he's praying in a garden. And he's terrified because he knows what is coming. And he drops to his knees and he's praying and he asks God, he says, God, if you can take this cup from me, please take it because I'm scared. But let your will be done. And the very next day, Christ goes on to sacrifice himself for all of humanity. Why do I bring this up? Because it takes a special type of human being to give their life to know that inside they are scared of running towards fire, running towards danger, possibly the last run that they will ever have for the greater good. Recruit Class 151, I am so proud of you. I thank you, not only on behalf of our community, on behalf of Miami-Dade County, but know that your God is proud of you too. And I will tell you this, it only gets harder from here, guys. It only gets tougher from here. You're gonna see some long nights. You're gonna see some early mornings where you're gonna have to go out there and you're gonna have to lay everything on the line. But you're going to save lives. You're going to save people. You're going to sacrifice for the greater good. And in my humble opinion, there is no greater honor. Thank you for your service. God bless you guys, and I will always be praying for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Gonzalez, for those words of inspiration. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce the Director of Miami-Dade Police Department and the Chief of Public Safety, Chief Freddie Ramirez.
Good morning, family and friends. Good morning, Commissioner, staff. Before we get started, why don't we do a round of applause for the most important people here right now, and that's your families. Let's go. They're the backbone, they're the ones that propelled you to where you are today. I know Class 151, you're all certified or come from another department, so I want to congratulate you for coming to the best fire department in the country, the 6th largest, the best firefighter community here in Miami-Dade County with our brothers and sisters with the other municipal departments. But make no mistake, no matter what color your uniform is, what color your fire truck, whether you carry an axe or a firearm, we're one family here with one mission: to protect this community, because a prosper community is a safe community. And I thank you so much for taking that commitment to come here to Miami-Dade County. Let's round of applause for you for that. One word of advice that I can give you is never forget where you came from. Always be humble. Know that you're a small amount of people that were picked over a large amount of folks that want to be in that seat right now wearing your uniform. You put in the work, you put in the time, you sacrifice your family, and your family sacrificed with you, and there's a whole lot more sacrificing coming. Never forget that, for one day you'll be sitting there in that row. You are the future of the Miami-Dade Fire Department, you are the future of this community's public safety, and we are all counting on you. And us elders who will be leaving are leaving it in your hands. Thank you so much, and be safe. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Chief Ramirez. It's now my pleasure to introduce our Fire Chief, Chief Ray Jadal.
Absolutely a beautiful sight. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ray Jadal, and it's with great pride and honor that I stand before you here as your fire chief. Today is a special day, for all of us here. Today we are privileged to witness the moment where 31 recruits will officially join Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, not just as firefighters, but as public servants. You see, being a public servant is more than a job. A career in public service is for anyone who wants to make a difference. It requires putting public interest ahead of your own. As firefighters, that means putting your own life at risk to save the life of someone you've never met. This career, it's not about money, it's not about prestige, and it's not about the number of vehicles on your collar. Being a public servant means working hard for the noble purpose with dedication, integrity, and devotion to your community. Many years ago, I too was where you are today, waiting to graduate to finally become a firefighter. And the day I graduated felt like the pinnacle of my life at the moment because I couldn't wait to go on that first call. And in fact, that day came when I got to don my gear and ride the fire truck and to get to the first fire of my career. The satisfaction I got from doing a good job was contagious and addictive. No 2 days were the same. Now, years have passed since that first fire. I've been on so many calls since, from car accidents to medical calls, from major incidents to alarms ringing. One after another, day in and day out, the calls continue. The adrenaline of hearing the tone go off at the station is something that stays with you forever. You become conditioned to that tone as you know that every time it goes off, there's a potential that one call will change your life. As a rookie firefighter, it was the thrill and rush you get jumping into the fire truck that keeps you going. But as time passed and as experience became my new perspective, you will inevitably change the way you look at each incident. I became aware that just as important as putting out the fire were the stories of those homes or business owners who just lost everything in that fire. The families who now do not have a place to call home or a photograph to remember a deceased loved one because they just lost everything in that fire. Those moments of loss and tragedy became more and more profound and more important. You develop a new respect for life, for pain, and for humanity. These tragedies begin to leave emotional scars that run deep. These scars, although not visible to the eye, these will without a doubt begin to wear you down. It will affect you, your work family, and your own families at home. And this is when you need to remember that the vocation you have chosen is not an easy one. The vocation you have chosen is one of honor. It's one of absolute trust and integrity. You must remember, with that trust comes the understanding that you have asked for that privilege to stand on the front lines and assure your communities that when they're having the worst day in their life, that when they have no place to turn, you will be there to treat them with respect, compassion, and care. The privilege that you're asking for comes with the responsibility of trust. The trust that has been paid for by those that have come before you with blood, sweat, and tears. A trust that makes people in your community, in our community, feel comfortable when you enter their homes at their most vulnerable moments. A trust that says, in the worst firefight of your life, I will be here beside you, and I will not leave you behind. The privilege that you're asking for comes with the responsibility of honor. That your honor, your commitment to be there to ease the pain or provide a path to safety. If you violate that trust, you are no longer worthy of this vocation. So, remember that no matter how big or small the call is, every time you respond, you have the unique ability to make an impact on someone's life, and that is the gift this profession awards you every time the tone rings at that firehouse. And this gift is one that should not be taken for granted. As privileged as we are to be able to help those in need, don't neglect to see the consequences of the burden you will carry. As many of these calls become routine, it becomes easy to miss the lasting effects of what you will witness and how it will affect you. As I had stated at family night last week, rely on each other for your support, foster open relationships of communications and trust with your families, friends, and your brothers and sisters in the firehouse. Seek out help when you need it, and know it is not a sign of weakness. As you begin this new chapter in your lives, I want to leave you with something to remember. After the fire is out or the call is done, those affected may not remember your name, they may not remember the department you work for, they may not remember your rank, or even how you put out that fire. What will be remembered is the compassion you displayed when you held their hand and looked in their eyes of someone who was at the worst moment in their lives and reassured them you were there to help and they were not alone. Ladies and gentlemen, Class 151, rise to the occasion. Do not let obstacles prevent you from pursuing the values needed to perform your duties in this humble but demanding profession. Remember that in this career, not every day will you be offered the opportunity to save someone's life, but every day you will have the opportunity to affect one. Do not miss that opportunity. Class 151, congratulations, and to all, thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Chief Vidal. 16 weeks ago, Class 151 began their journey of becoming Miami-Dade firefighters. During this time, their skills were fostered and polished, behaviors molded and shaped, commitment tested and proven. All of this has led us here today with 31 soon-to-be Miami-Dade Fire Rescue probationary firefighters that are Day 1 ready. This would not be possible if it were not for the hard work, dedication, and extreme commitment of the core group of Miami-Dade Fire Rescue recruit instructors. Please join me in thanking them for an outstanding job. Instructor Alvarado, Instructor Dorval, let us begin the badge pinning portion of our ceremony. If you have been pre-identified as pinning the badge on your loved one, please line up on the side of the stage to your right. As your loved one is called, please make your way onto the stage.
Attention! Left face! Forward march!
Recruit Wesley Aleman. Recruit Daniel Artigas. Recruit Jason Vanos. Recruit Juan Barrios, pinned by his uncle, United States Army Staff Sergeant Luis Angel Padilla Cabrera. Recruit Anthony Benitez. Recruit Tracy Bonilla, and by her husband, Broward Sheriff's Office Police Officer Sean Bonilla. Recruit Jalen Burns. Recruit Alexander Cardenas.
Red face. Forward march.
Recruit Marcos Castro. Recruit Peter Cordero. Recruit Sean Corker. Recruit Adrian Diaz. Pinned by his stepfather, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue firefighter Alexander Milan. Recruit Alexis Diaz, pinned by his stepfather, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue firefighter Alexander Milan. Recruit Bryce Gay, pinned by his father, Miccosukee Police Department Lieutenant Michael Gay. Recruit Jessica Gibbons, pinned by her grandfather, retired Miami-Dade Fire Rescue firefighter Daniel Burry from Class 1. Juan Gomez. Recruit Richard Gonzalez, pinned by his cousin, Broward Sheriff's Office dispatcher Johanna Gonzalez. Recruit Humberto Hernandez, pinned by his brother, United States Marine Lance Corporal Gabriel Hernandez. Recruit Andrew Hudson, pinned by his wife, United States Army Specialist Kamisha Blake Hudson. Recruit Marissa Knapp, pinned by her brother, Palm Beach County Fire Rescue Captain Michael Knapp. Recruit Paula Lareal. Recruit Curtis Mizell Jr., pinned by his father, retired Miami-Dade Police Department Detective Curtis Mizell Sr. Recruit Ryan Newberry, pinned by his father, retired Miami-Dade Corrections Officer Stephen Newberry. Recruit David Palacios. Recruit Hector Quadri. Recruit Anthony Racino. Recruit Carlos Livan Rodriguez. Recruit Spencer Salzberg. Recruit Daniel Sanchez, pinned by his father, retired City of Miami Police Major David Sanchez. Recruit Michael Chappelle, pinned by his father, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Lieutenant Harold Chappelle, Jr. Recruit Luis Velasquez, pinned by his cousin, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, Samuel Velez Jr.
That's 151. Attention! 151. Second up! 151. Second up! 151. Second up! And the firefighter zone. Sir, the firefighter zone is, I do solemnly swear that I will obey the Constitution of the United States and the state of Florida. I will, in all respects, observe and obey the provisions of the Home Rule Charter of Miami-Dade County, Florida. I will hold the motion of duty above personal wish. I will concentrate in service above personal comfort and convenience. I will strive unceasingly to find better ways of protecting lives, homes, and property of my fellow citizens from acts of fire and other disasters, sir. The mission statement. Sir, the mission statement is we protect people, property, and the environment and provide proactive, responsible, professional, and humanitarian fire rescue services, essential to health, safety, and well-being, always ready, vital service, sir. Ready, run.
They have lost enough to do with
How about another round of applause for our new Commissioner Brother? Class 151, I'm sure that you would agree that you would not be here today if it were not for the love and support from your friends and your family. I would like you to please give these very special people a round of applause. Before we move on, I would like to recognize, joining with us now, we have Miami-Dade Commissioner of District 12, J.C. Bermudez. Instructor Alvarado, please present the class rules. Forgive me, I missed my cue. Commissioner Bermudez, please come to the mic for a quick word.
I'll be very brief, but first of all, congratulations to Class 151. Chief, can I say they're no longer recruits? It's official, right? I can say that now, so congratulations. Thank you for here. I'm the commissioner of this district, District 12, so I'm very proud that our fire department, our emergency management is headquartered here. And I know that you went through a lot of rigorous training and reflection of our community, and I can tell you that with your enthusiasm, you're not only going to be a great example to our community, but you are the frontline first responders along with our fire department and other first responders for this community. And we, as the elected officials, are forever grateful, not because of us, but because of all the men and women that live in Miami-Dade County. I know you've got a lot of relatives here, so I'm going to thank you on behalf of the relatives for the work that you have put in and the work you'll be doing to keep the people of Miami-Dade County safe. Thank you again, and may God bless you and your families.
Thank you, Commissioner Bermudez. Now, Mr. Alvarado, please present the class winners.
Good morning. Good morning. All right. It was an amazing 16 weeks with your family members. I'm sure that they had a great time and they have plenty of stories to tell, some which are not true. Quickly, I just wanted to thank the instructors. Thank you for upholding the standard that I asked you all to set from the beginning. You upheld it the entire 16 weeks, and for that, myself and obviously the recruits are very thankful. Class 151, thank you for rising to the occasion. You guys did a good job and we are all very proud of you. During their time in recruit training, the recruits have to juggle many tasks, including taking written tests, which require a lot of studying after hours when they are tired from a full day in training. They take a total of 14 of these tests. This recruit was able to achieve a GPA of 98.08, earning her the top score. The academic award goes to probationary firefighter Marissa Knapp. Firefighting is a very physically demanding career, and along with the written tests, they also had to take physical exams. These physical exams were measured by running, pull-ups, push-ups, squats, and sit-ups, and tested 3 times in their time here with us at recruit training. The recruit that earned the most amount of points and our physical fitness award winner is probationary firefighter Alexander Cardenas. When Class 151 started their first day with us, everyone was in pain. Souls were crushed, breakfasts were lost, and possibly a few tears. One recruit in particular we were not sure would be here today. This recruit seemed to struggle in so many areas, and as the weeks passed, the instructors kept seeing slight improvements. Physically, everything started coming together. The nervousness went away, well, slightly. His knowledge on the fireground really started clicking, and he started becoming someone that we could depend on. The most improved recruit for Class 151 is probationary firefighter Andrew Hudson. you all can see, being here was no walk in the park for Class 151. It was not that easy for the instructors either. We require the recruits to do so many things so that we can stay organized and get in as many lessons as possible. This is paramount to the success of the class. They are assigned tasks that they must carry out without prompting, without us staying on top of them. From the beginning, there was one recruit that was always writing everything down. One recruit that was so dependable and came in with so much professionalism, it truly stood out and made the instructor's time just that much easier. The instructor's award goes to probationary firefighter Paula Laurel.
Welcome to our 1403 family. Being a Miami-Dade firefighter is a privilege that is not given, it is earned over time. It is earned by doing the right thing all of the time, through always giving 100% and always looking out for one another, for each of your brothers and sisters. While you're graduating from the academy today, your education in this trade is now beginning. You'll be surrounded by local 1403 members. You will never be alone. Be humble and ask a lot of questions. This morning, I had an introspective moment, and as I was getting dressed and I was reviewing the speech, it dawned upon me that this marks 60 classes since I graduated. Your training division chief, Nick Morgado, and I were hired together. We graduated about 20 years ago this month. So, as I was getting dressed, I saw this jacket, and I sort of smiled because I hadn't put it on in a while. I had promoted to captain and issued a new jacket. And I was thinking about the words of a now retired captain, Richie Gangora. And he said, "You're never gonna say that size, you're never gonna fit that uniform again." So I put it on, and it fit. And I thought it would be an important moment here to say, hey, if Captain Goro, you're watching, you're wrong. But second, perhaps most importantly, you're going to get a lot of advice. You're going to hear a lot of information. Some of it good, some of it bad. Some of the predictions for your future, some of the observations that will be made will turn out to be right, and some will be wrong. Never forget them, because everything you learn along the way, everything you hear, may just save your life, one of the people sitting next to you right now, one of your brothers or sisters, someone in the community, or it might lead to a funny moment 20 years later in a situation such as this. So I'm here today to hand out a very special award. This award is named in remembrance of firefighter Joseph Gutierrez. He was hired by Miami-Dade Fire Rescue in 1996 as part of Class 79/80. While in the academy, Joseph may not have been the fastest recruit, but there was one trait that stood out. He never gave up, and he never once complained. No matter the challenge before him and his classmates, he worked until the task at hand was done and completed, and he never left anyone in his class behind. What no one knew, however, was while he was working to achieve his dream of being a firefighter, to sit in the seats you're now seated in, to ride on the trucks you now see surrounding you, he was also fighting for his life. What no one knew, Joe had leukemia. Soon after completing his dream of earning his badge as a Miami-Dade firefighter, Joe lost his battle with cancer. Joe embodied the firefighter spirit and everything he did, and everything he did for others, and probably everything he would have done throughout his storied career. And while Joe is no longer with us, his spirit and the example he set forth decades ago will never be forgotten by this union. And I never want each one of you to forget that either. So I'm here today to present the Joseph Gutierrez Outstanding Recruit Award. It's my great honor to invite one of your instructors up to speak on that recipient now that has worked day after day, side by side with you, to stand alongside that memory of Joe Gutierrez.
Class 151, second to none. Today I'm going to speak on good captain's behalf as far as this award. I always tell you guys, hold yourself to the highest standard of the law. And that's what it is. You got pinned on your left breast at Maltese Cross when the chief put that on you. You've earned it. Remember what your calling is. Remember your why. Remember why they say you are who you are and why you wear that on your chest. Remember when you go out there and serve who you serve. It's for them. Don't forget that. The most outstanding recruit, don't let the word outstanding fool you. You've earned this. We've seen you throughout your duration within the academy. When you actually throw ladders, you throw ladders. You actually force doors, you force doors. When you actually pull that line, you pull that line. We've seen you. We've seen your effort, your work, your dedication to the craft. We see what you do with your brothers and your sisters to the left and the right of you. I'm honored, and I'm proud of you. To say that I'll be honored and proud to have you on one of my trucks, to sit to the left or the right of me. Whatever your job, whatever your designation, doorman, announcer, don't matter. I'm honored to have you on this great department. I'm honored that you're part of 151. The most outstanding recruit is probationary firefighter Sanchez.
Retired Lieutenant Sparky Thompson, who, on behalf of Metro-Dade retired firefighters, will present the Chief John Soder Camaraderie Award.
Good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's one of my national holidays. President McAllister headed me off, and after he mentioned how many classes had gone by since he put his jacket on, I had to do some quick math. 97 classes since I got on the job. I'm retired, so it's been a while. And to have somebody from class number 1 here is remarkable. So I am Sparky, Lieutenant Sparky Thompson, President of the Retired Firefighters Association of 1403. Camaraderie. Camaraderie is a noun. It means mutual trust and friendship among people who spend a lot of time together. It's also a hard word to spell. When I say brotherhood, please know that the H-E-R in the middle of the word is capitalized to emphasize and acknowledge our sisters as well. I did 34 years working for this great department and local. I feel like I am a subject matter on this topic. I have traveled extensively and interacted with thousands of firefighters around the world. It truly is amazing to be part of what I consider to be the biggest, closest, real family one can be part of. You won't really realize this until you have lived it. The police have it, the military has it. But I can say with all due respect and from my experience in my career, no other occupation in the world has camaraderie like firefighters do. You'll see, people respect us, they value us. Remember that, even when it's 3 a.m. and you're on your 18th run of the shift. We trade hats, shirts, and war stories. I tell a story about getting on an elevator at one of my travel trips. On the 5th floor, I open the door, gentleman gets in. I got a Miami-Dade Fire t-shirt on. He gets in, he's got a Maui, Hawaii Fire Department t-shirt on. I say, I like your shirt. He says, I like yours. Without saying another word, we took our shirts off, exchanged them. Got to the bottom floor, the door opens up, and shook my hand. So it was cool. This kind of stuff will happen to you all through your career and beyond. Many of our firefighters have gotten help from other locals, while our locals have been called upon to help visiting firefighters time of need while visiting South Florida. When one of our own is in crisis or needs help, step up. This is family. This is what we do. While active, we spend almost a third of our lives with our fire department family. We live, we work, we laugh, and we bond. We are family. That doesn't stop when you retire. You continue to share good times and life with great friends. You will work with many different people on your mission to protect and help people in Dade County. We, the retired firefighters from Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Department and Local 1403, established this award in honor of a great mentor and a family man, the Chief John C. Soder Camaraderie Award. He was our first vice president of Local 1403 and worked with our first president, Carl Streifeld, when we first organized. Both of these fine gentlemen were also members of class number 1. Chief Soder and his wife were also instrumental in our Dade County Fire Benevolence Association, which existed before the local was even established. He had 2 sons who followed in his footsteps and also retired from this department. Back in the day, we were part of the police department. Chief Soder was instrumental during our breakaway from them and helped build and organize our training bureau. He was a very respected and fair man who instilled mutual trust and friendship with every firefighter, the very essence of camaraderie. His family was and is a fire department family. So today, on St. Patrick's Day 2023, on behalf of MDFR and the retired firefighters of Local 1403, I'm very proud to present to the recruit who has exhibited upending loyalty, reliability, fellowship, mutual trust, friendship, and the very essence of camaraderie to the brotherhood, to his classmates, and to MDFR. So recruit class 151, I ask you to stand and acknowledge firefighter Richard Gonzalez.
Please welcome the class leader of Class 151, probationary firefighter Carlos Rodriguez. Good morning, everyone. My name is, now it's probationary firefighter Carlos Rodriguez.
Second to go is recruit Carlos Rodriguez. Proud to be here. I want to welcome all distinguished guests, family, and friends. It is my honor to stand before you here and represent Miami-Dade Fire Rescue's 151st graduating class. As firemen, we have chosen this profession that requires bravery, dedication, and a commitment to serve our community. And today, as we graduate from this academy, you have shown that you possess all of these qualities in abundance. Our training started at 4 in the morning 16 weeks ago, with 31 strangers who stood nervously side by side in the parking lot just outside of these gates. Today, those same recruits will leave through those gates, but this time, we leave it as a family. A family that doesn't share the same last name or the same house, nor does it share the same DNA, but a family that was forged through fire, blood, sweat, and tears. This is a family that shares traditions, jokes, and memories just like any other. A family that has supported one another through triumphs and through distress, through joy and through suffering. Our training was as extensive as it was brutal. Every new day brought new challenges and obstacles to overcome. We were tasked with learning new techniques and strategies at 7 a.m. and mastering them by 4 p.m. We were taught how to throw ladders, stretch lines, search rooms, and break glass. All imperative skills that require specific techniques and procedures needed to master the art of firefighting. But what we learned was far more than what a book, PowerPoint, or guideline could ever teach us. In between the lines of training manuals and protocol books, we learned how to work together. This is where our strength as a class lies. Not in our knowledge, but in our ability to learn. Not in our strengths, but in our willingness to accept and attack our weaknesses. We grew together by reaching out to one another and pushing each other every day to improve and grow. And after reflecting on these months, I've come to realize that the days never got shorter, training never got easier, and the standards we were held to were never lowered. But as the days and weeks passed, it did become easier. It became easier to lift saws over our head and drag hose lines through smoke-filled hallways, because we started to trust that our backs were covered. Gonzalez made that extra push into a bedroom because he was confident that Bonilla, Newberry, and Barrios would follow him into hell if necessary. Mizell and Castro climbed a ladder 20 feet into the air to cut hurricane-proof glass without hesitation, because he knew that Gibbons and Alaman were masking up, ready to rush in behind him. Not one of us can pinpoint exactly when we transitioned from acquaintances to the well-oiled machine made of 31 parts that you see before you today, but the evidence is there. Palacios and Chappelle don't hesitate when they're entering a building they've never seen before, because 10 seconds behind them, their brother Benitez and their sister L'Oreal are ready to make the push as well. I'm willing to bet everybody here in attendance has heard the countless stories of our experiences, from the thousands of burpees we've completed to the dozens of miles we've pushed through. Behind it all was a recipe, fine-tuned to make us the highly trained and disciplined recruits you see before you today. The architects of this training are in large part who we owe our success to. On behalf of us, Class 151, I want to thank Instructor Alvarado and the entire cadre of instructors who sacrificed for over 3 months to build us up into the firefighters we are today. For the countless hours of training side by side with us in gear, we thank you for your patience and your commitment to Class 151. And most importantly, I want to thank all of you here today who came to celebrate with us. For without the unwavering support of mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, friends, cousins, grandparents, neighbors, we would not be here. You are the foundation that gave us the stability to build ourselves up as men and women. Between the support from our friends and families and the guidance of our instructors, we came in 31 recruits. And without losing a single member, we proudly graduate 31. 31. We owe them a debt that can never be repaid, but we will try by continuing to hold ourselves to the gold standard of Miami-Dade Fire Rescue training. Now as our time together comes to an end, the machine known as Class 151 will be dismantled, and its 31 parts will be distributed across the county to build upon the greatness of MDFR. And although we will be miles apart, the bond we made here will endure. And as we go forth in our careers as firefighters, I urge us all to remember why we chose this profession. We chose it because we wanted to make a difference in the world, and we wanted to help those who cannot help themselves. We chose it because we wanted to be a part of something greater than ourselves, and to serve a cause that is greater than any one individual. The highest calling is to serve others, and before you here are 31 men and women ready to answer the call. It has been my honor to stand with you, my brothers and sisters. It has been my honor to be your class leader. Class 151, second to none.
There's a tradition within the fire service that each graduating recruit class present the fire chief and the training center with a class plaque. Class 151, welcome to the first day of the rest of your life, the life of a Miami-Dade firefighter. Over the past several months, you have learned and garnered the skills necessary to be a Miami-Dade firefighter. But now, I'm going to tell you what is needed of you. Fire chiefs are needed to keep the department heading in the right direction. But the absolute truth is, the fire department is nothing without its firefighters. You. Firefighters are the backbone of any department, where the rubber meets the road and are on the delivery end of the mission that is Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. Here is what I, the department, and the citizens and visitors of Miami-Dade County need and expect from you. We need you to show up to work, ready to respond to any alarm, from the slip and fall to the raging house fire, willing to occupy dangerous environments, performing what has been described as the most intelligent form of intelligent labor. We need your commitment to do your very best to get home safe from every tour of duty to your family and loved ones. Although you have completed recruit training, your journey of becoming the most effective and efficient firefighter, paramedic, driver, lieutenant, captain, chief, whatever you choose, has only just begun. You must forever remain a lifelong student of this honorable and noble profession, sharpening yourself to be able to perform our sacred mission with precision, grace, and elegance. Now that you are on the job, I need you to get into the job. Be a part of the firefighter family and the fire service. Go to department station functions, graduations, medal day, parades, charity events, conferences, union benevolent meetings, and parties. The fire service is an amazing profession. If you give it everything, it'll give you everything in return. Set your course and plan your future now. Our department is the full-service fire service. All doors are open to you, but you must walk through them on your own accord. Class 151, you now wear the badge of a Miami-Dade firefighter. Wear it with honor, wear it with pride, and never ever do anything to tarnish the respect and admiration that it comes with. Congratulations. Once again, I'd like to welcome to the podium Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Chaplain Alex Chinchet for today's benediction.
Yes, I see a lot of happy faces and hungry stomachs. So usually when I come up here at the end, I'm the closer. Class 151, today you heard from many speakers, and I leave you with one final thought. With words you yourself stated today, I will hold devotion to duty above personal wish. I will count sincerity of service above personal comfort and convenience. These lines are from the firefighter oath you and all of us stated on our graduation day, an oath we all memorized. I'll say it again. I will hold devotion to duty above personal wish. I will count sincerity of service above personal comfort and convenience. Class 151, all uniform personnel, and also retired personnel. This oath has no expiration date. No matter where our duties may fall, whether we're here, several bugles on our shoulders, or retired, we are still on a mission, and that has no expiration date. No matter how long we continue to serve, we are to lead with our example and with compassion. Let us pray. Creator of all things, who has bestowed on us life, liberty, and the ability to pursue happiness, we ask and we leave here today, and we thank you for your continued blessings. We ask for protection for these firefighters as they follow their calling. Provide them with great wisdom and strength as they face the many decisions they must make. Keep them safe as they strive to be always ready and to proudly serve. I pray your hand of peace for their families and loved ones, your guidance for those in positions of authority over them, and your direction and protection for the Miami-Dade Fire Rescue family as we move through the challenges and opportunity that each year presents. As we all have reflected on today, the past, the present, and the future, I pray that we may serve, respect, and love each other as we do life together as a family, no matter if it's in a firehouse or our own house, that we may be there for each other, body, mind, and soul. No matter where life takes us, may we have the unity to work together, whether it's in our own home or on the job. I pray that we may have the health, strength, compassion, and wisdom to do these things and much more. It is with great thanksgiving that we pray this in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Lieutenant Trinchet. Well, this concludes our graduation ceremony for today. Shortly, the class and the training staff will gather for a group photo, and the recruit Class 151 marker will be unveiled on the training tower. Once again, I'd like to thank those in attendance and those watching virtually for joining us today. Stay safe.